Alright, I got cut off on my last video, so I'm going to try this over. I think that I ended off on number 32. So if you have not completed all the way up to number 32, I'm going to ask you guys to complete all the way to number 32 now. And we're going to move on with looking at problems like number 33. Okay, so doing problem 33, it says x minus 2y is equal to 7. Okay, we are trying to write this in slope-intercept form, which means we want it to look like this, y equals mx plus b. To help me out, the strategy that I use is to draw a line down the equal sign and box the term. Okay, we want to get that y by itself. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to move that x. X has got to go to the other side. Right now it's actually a positive x. So we are going to subtract x on both sides. These cancel. And let's see what else happens. We have a negative 2y is equal to, these cannot combine together. So 7 minus x. Okay? But y is not quite by itself. So we want y completely alone. So the next thing we'd have to do is we'd have to divide by that negative 2. Divide everything by that negative 2. Okay? And we would get y is equal to, these things don't look like they're going to come out super perfect, so I'm just going to leave them as fractions. So I have negative 7 over 2, and then a negative divided by a negative turns out to be a positive. So positive, we remember that coefficient of 1 right there, 1 over 2x. Okay? But we're not quite there. We want it to look like this, mx plus b. mx plus b. Right now, it does not say mx plus b. So we need to switch the format. So y is equal to 1/2 x minus 7 over 2. And there is our answer. So for number 33 all the way through 38, you are working on that same process that we just used. Write it in slope-intercept form. Alright. Number 39 all the way through 48 should be super easy. They are not meant to be difficult. You should not have to overthink them. They're meant to be super easy. So let's say I told you that you had a slope of negative 3 and a y-intercept of negative 5 over 3. Okay? I'm telling you all the information you need. All I want you to do is write an equation. So you just have to plug in. Just plug things in. So we're going to start with that format. Y is equal to, it says m. Well, we know our slope is really our m. So negative 3 x plus b. Well, we know our y-intercept is really our b. So we have minus 5 over 3. And we get our final answer there. Okay. That is the exact, you're doing that exact thing for 39 through 42. Okay, as well as all of this first part, all the way through 48. I don't care what the directions say. I want you to write these out in slope-intercept form. Cool. Okay, so pause the video, get all the way to number 48. Okay, you're back with me, so that I'm assuming that you are on number 49 now. And we have only 2 more sections, so that's good. Just 2 more sections. Okay. So what we are doing here is we are given a point and a slope, and we want to find the equation in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to do number 52, where the point is 5, 1, and the slope is a negative 1. Okay? And we're going to just try and see what we have here. So if we look at a point, our coordinate points are always x, comma, y. Okay? Our slope is always represented by m. So if we look in our equation, let's plug in what we have. Our y. Well, our y is 1, so let's plug that in. 1. Okay? Equals our m is negative 1. I'm just using this equation, plugging in what I know. Okay? X is 5. That's just a parentheses, amazingly enough. Plus b. We don't know b yet. It wasn't given, so I just leave it as a variable. In this equation here, we only have one variable, so we can solve for it. So we get 1 is equal to negative 1 times 5 is negative 5 plus b. Okay? But we want b by itself. We're trying to solve for b. Let's see what our y-intercept is. So if we solve for b, I'll put my line, an equal sign as well. I want to move that negative 5. So I would add 5 to both sides. And I get b is equal to 6. Well, guess what? Now we have our y-intercept. Now we have our slope. We just get to plug them in now. So we get y is equal to negative 1x plus 6. And there's our answer. Okay, that same process, that exact same process is going to be used for 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, and 54. Okay, I'm going to do one more example. If you don't feel comfortable with it yet, or with the fractions, you should definitely watch that example. If you feel comfortable though, just skip over the example and move on. Okay, but I'm going to do one more example with fractions. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do 54. So we got the point 4, 3, and we got the slope 3 over 2. Okay? If we look at what we know our x, our y, and we also know our slope, which is our m. So if we plug into our equation, oops, this was from the last one. If we plug into our equation what we know, we have y is 3, so 3 is equal to m x. Right, so y was 3, m was 3 halves, x is 4, plus we don't have a b yet. Okay, so make this into a fraction, so 4 over 1, and we're going to solve this out. 3 is equal to, 3 times 4 is 12, 2 times 1 is 2, plus b. Okay. So we got 3 is equal to 6 plus b. When we solve this out, we subtract 6 on both sides, and we get negative 3 is equal to b. There we go. We got our y-intercept. We got our slope. We're able to just plug in now. So we get y is equal to 3 halves x minus 3. 3 halves x minus 3. All right. Yay, you should be able to beat through number 54 now, so make sure you pause the video and complete to 54. Alright guys, this has been a lot. So we have our very last section that I'm going to go over. Okay, so the very last section, we are actually given 2 points, and from those 2 points you want to write your equation in slope-intercept form. So all you're given is 2 points. Okay. So I'll work one of the examples that is on your sheet. Make sure you take notes as I'm doing it on your sheet. I will do number 56. So 56. We've got these 2 points. We've got 5, 5, and negative 1, negative 1. All we got. Okay, so we know that if we label them, we got x's, we got y's, we got x's, we got y's. We don't have enough to plug into this equation right yet. Because we don't know the slope, we don't know the b. But can we find either of those? We have 2 points. Yes, we can find the slope. Right? We can find the slope. We've done this in the previous examples in this worksheet. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? So y2, let's label. So let's make this our first point and this our second point. Sounds good to me. Alright, y2 is negative 1 minus y1 is 5. Okay. x2 is negative 1, x1 is 5. Okay. When we simplify this, a negative 1 minus 5 is a negative 6 over another negative 6, which when you simplify is a 1. So what did we just find? We just found the slope. So our slope is equal to 1. Yay, we got something. We got somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to erase our work for slope. So to write an equation like this, we still need our y-intercept. But we're in a position just like we were last time. We got a slope. We've got points. We're good to go. So you just pick a point. It does not matter. Pick whatever point you want. Okay? I am going to pick the 5, 5. Because I like working with positive numbers better than negatives. Okay, we're going to use that equation. Y equals mx plus b, and we're going to plug in what we know. Okay, so y equals mx plus b. Our y value is 5. Our slope is 1. Our x value is 5. And our b is unknown. And then we're going to solve. 5 is equal to 5 plus b. Okay, subtract 5 on both sides. 0 is equal to b. Sweet. We've got our information we need. We have our slope. We have our y-intercept. All we got to do is write the equation. We get y is equal to 1x plus 0. Or y is equal to x. With notice, in these coordinate points, the y's and the x's were the same. Alright, you should be able to do the rest of the worksheet, meaning to number 60. To number 60. Alright.